Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tash, and today I thought I would do some makeup for you guys. One of the questions I get asked most often is, how do I do my makeup? So today I thought I would do that so I can show you how I do it, I guess. So yeah, let's get started. So one of the first things that I do is my eyebrows, and I use a combination of this eyebrow pencil by Benefit, which is the Precisely My Brow pencil in shade 4, and the other thing I use is this pencil from NYX called it's just an eyebrow powder pencil in shade Espresso. So after I've done my eyebrows, they're all finished now, I like to jump into with this concealer by Benefit. It is the Boi-ing Cakeless concealer in shade number 1 because I am pale as heck. So what I do is I kind of open it, and it's quite a big dollop on there, so what I do is I kind of just go scrape off the excess and use the little pool that's in there. So the concealer is on, so as you can see I've tried to use as little as possible. So what I then do is I kind of smudge it out just with my finger, just so it covers this kind of area here. Just kind of blur it out to make it look as natural as possible. So after concealer I go in with an eyeshadow primer. I use this one from Kiko. This is their matte eyeshadow concealer. It's neutral, which is just kind of, I don't know why they say neutral because it's very pale. I just kind of put that all over my lid and kind of bring it out a bit because I have my eyeshadow goes here, and I bring it down a little as well. What I do is I get the tiniest little bit out, I just use that. So that's all I use for one eye. Hello. Hello, baby. Oh, careful. Alright, so after I put primer on, I wipe it away with the same tissue. Next thing I do is I go on to eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using this brush. It is the Flawless Concealer brush by e.l.f. I'm going to be using initially this eyeshadow called Mikai from the NikkieTutorials palette. And I'll just be kind of covering my lid with that, and then kind of blending and doing all sorts of things. So my eyelids are now completely red. I'm now going to be going in with Ivy in my inner corners, Ivy in the NikkieTutorials palette as well, in my inner corners, and just kind of blending it out to have a kind of colour gradient in this kind of area. It is recommended that you use all these shimmer shades with your finger, so I will be going in with my finger yet again. Now that I've gone in with a light shade in my inner corners, I am now going to be going in with this Babyliss brush. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. There used to be a name on it. It's just kind of like this tiny angled brush. I'm going to be going in with Amsterdam from the NikkieTutorials palette again. I'm just kind of going to be doing the outer corners of it, so I can then go in with a lighter shade in the middle to do a gradient across my lower lash line. Right, so I'm now going in with this White Lies shade from the Bright palette by Beauty Bay. So I'm just going to do the same thing as I did for my outer corners, but with this shade and just in the center, and kind of blend it so it turns into a nice blue to white gradient. So now that I have finished this lower lash line, I've managed to blend the blue into the white. It's not really visible on camera or from my angle. I can't really see it. So it's a nice gradient here. I'm now going to be going with this angled brush from my Harry Potter wand collection. And I'm going to be using this the shade Illicit from the Bright palette by Beauty Bay. And I'm just going to be basically smoking out this entire outer corner of my eye. Once I've finished all my eyeshadow, I tend to go in with a fluffy brush, and I kind of just go under my eyes to get rid of any fallout, so that when I go in with my eyeliner, I don't accidentally make a smudge on my face. So the eyeliner that I use is this matte liquid liner from NYX. Basically try to use the end of my eyebrow as a guideline to manage to position and angle the wing how I like it. So what I'm going to go and do now is fill in all of this empty structure space, and then do this inner corner situation, which what I tend to do is just kind of lift my eyebrows like this and then just go straight across, so it then does like a nice point. Right, so now that the eyeliner is all filled in and we have done our little lines across at the bottom, it is now time to go with an outer line of white. I use this white liner by NYX again. Another thing that I do while using this white liner, I will do the line and then I will have to touch it up with black, then touch it up with white. So it's all a kind of touching up process until you're really happy with it. Right, and eyeliner is done. Usually this is where I would leave it, however today I am going to be going over this white line with a line of yellow to mirror the L'Manberg flag, which is a fictional flag. So the way I do coloured eyeliner is I will take an usual eyeshadow. This is an eyeshadow I don't particularly care about, and so what I just kind of do is I scrape a bit of eyeshadow into my palette here. That is the shade I usually use for freckles. And then I will put 2 drops of this Duraline Inglot in it, which makes any eyeshadow a liquid liner. Alright, so I've already done one eye, but what I do is I just kind of go over the white line with my little mixture. Kind of looks a bit orange, but it'll come out yellow when it dries. And I use this B211 brush from Beauty Bay that I've kind of cut some of the bristles off because it was a little too thick, and I just kind of go over so it's like the same width and cover all the white. I'll possibly do a second layer just so it looks very yellow. Right, so the eyeliner is now done. I have got it completely yellow. So I'm now going to be going in with this Bill Nye mascara. It is in white, and I'm going to be going on my lower lash line with this, and then I will be going on my upper lash line and center of my lower lash line with this with the Roller Lash by Benefit. So now that my lashes are covered in mascara, it is now time to glue on my fake lashes. The ones I use are these ones. I use these ones. These are the Tiffany 3D Foaming Lashes by Eylure. I'm going to glue those on and then we will finish the face. Right, so lashes are now on and I'm going to be doing a lot of eye batting for the rest of the video. Next thing to do is contour. So the brush I use for my contour is this blush brush. This is actually for my dark contour and not for my blush, but I like to use this one. This is a brush from Kiko, and I use this old sleek palette. It looks a bit manky because I let my lashes dry on there, and sometimes glue gets on the box. And I don't know what this is in shade medium, although this palette is quite old. They might not produce it anymore. So I just go in with this shade here. As you can tell, I use it a lot, and I tap off the excess and I just kind of go into my cheekbones, do a bit of that until I like how it looks, and same with the other side. This is really the speedy part of my makeup routine. So when I like how it looks, I then go with a little bit on my nose as well, and I use the same brush and kind of pinch it just so I can go down the center like that. Then I kind of blur it out. Then I go with a different brush. I go with one that looks similar to this. Well, I go with this one, and I get a bit of contour on it, and I just go a bit underneath and a bit on top, just to shape the button edge of my nose. Then we move on to blush. I use this blusher brush. This was from Primark, I believe, and the blush that I use is this NYX blush. It is in the shade Daydream. Just kind of go in there, again, tap off the excess, just tap it on. This is a very subtle blush. I sometimes go for a darker blush. This one's just a bit of a subtle one to give me a bit of colour. So once I've done my cheeks, I like to go with what's left on the brush and just kind of bring it over my nose. This kind of smooths out as well and softens the lines I've just done to contour my nose, so it makes it look a little more natural. Now the final part of my contour is highlighter, and my god do I like my highlighter. I am using this Arty brush, this fan brush in 304. I don't know what Arty is. I'm not sure what it is, but this is the brush I use, and I go in with this unicorn heart. Oh, you can't see it. This unicorn heart highlight from I Heart Revolution, and it's just kind of, it's one of these rainbow ones that were huge a few years ago. Just kind of get some on my brush. I don't even tap off the excess because how much I love this stuff. And I just kind of brush it on there, both sides. Then I will put just a little bit more. This is when I tap off, and I will go into the bridge of my nose and use kind of this edge of the brush to get it onto my bridge, and then use the tip to the end. So there's like this bit in the middle where I put the contour that is still matte, and then I'll just kind of buff that bit out so it doesn't look too harsh. And just go on my upper lip, on my cupid's bow, and then wipe it off. Now again, this is where I usually leave it. However, this is some makeup that I'm doing inspired by the Lamamberg flag. So I'm going to be doing 3 little crosses on this cheek, 2 red and 1 yellow, to mirror the crosses in the flag. I'm going to be using the same method as I did for the yellow on my eyeliner. I'll be doing 3 white crosses and then covering 2 with red and 1 with yellow eyeliner. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and feel free to subscribe and turn the little bell on so you get notified when I make a new video. Thank you for watching if you're still watching now, and hopefully we'll see you next time.